What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me for another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about 8 tips that I think are valuable in business, especially when starting your own business. If you're new, welcome. My name is Veronica, and this channel is for you if you want some positive vibes, you want to learn and grow and better yourself as a person. So let's get into it. For those of you who don't know me, I started my videography business about 3 years ago, maybe a bit more. Throughout my starting my own business journey, I wrote some things that I would learn along the way, and I thought I would share them with you. So I came up with 8 different categories or concepts. So the first one may sound simple, but it's what is your product or service that you're providing or selling, and why is it important for people to purchase it? Get very, very clear on that. Have your response ready, write it over and over. Be so clear on that that you can elevator pitch anywhere you are and just have a lot of certainty around that. Getting that message across to the people around you so that they know exactly what you do and can explain it, and then you're getting referrals. So that leads us into number 2, promoting yourself. When I first started my business, I thought to myself, nobody even knows what I'm doing. Nobody even has me on my new business Instagram. Nobody knows what's the point of doing social media? Well, you have to start somewhere. Start building your brand. Start promoting yourself, even if you think nobody is watching. Start doing it on your personal account so that you can let your network know what you're doing. Even if you're not getting a lot of likes or a lot of shares or comments, they are watching. People are watching. So if you're active enough on social media, you will get clients. Who's gonna promote you? You're your biggest cheerleader. When starting a business, you are the person that has to shout it from the rooftops. Unless you can get a advertising team or a social media management team, that's great. But if you can't and you're starting from basically nothing, you have to do it. It takes time, it takes effort in putting together the posts, it takes effort putting into the captions, but it's worth it. And people are watching and you're priming them unconsciously and they are seeing it, even if you're not getting a lot of action on it. Now, this next one is something that not everyone may agree with, and not everyone has to do, or not everyone has to do anything, but I did some of this in the beginning of my business and it has definitely benefited me, so I will share. I did some free work for different people in my industry that had very good contacts that would benefit me long term, and they did. So going from starting a new business and no one knowing what you do to offering some free work, making contacts with people that will benefit you long term, I think is a good idea. You do not have to do this, obviously, for forever, or else what's the point of starting a business? I was able to take the people that I've worked for free and turn them into clients. And then that trickle effect happened in their network, and then I was referred to their network. Put your pride and ego aside, help yourself get some contacts and get the ball rolling and get the momentum flowing. Do some free work. Start building your portfolio, start building your client list, start building your testimonials, reviews if it's a product, and give out some free product, give out some free services, and just do it when you think it would be a good opportunity. Now, this next one is a little bit more of a mindset thing where I didn't want to start launching myself. I didn't feel ready, so I made excuses, and the excuses I made were, I don't have a website ready yet, let me do that. I don't have business cards yet, let me do that, did that. I should get another piece of equipment and work with that for a little bit. I just made a ton of excuses to procrastinate starting. Starting meaning launching myself and telling my network what I'm doing, because that was gonna put me in a vulnerable, scary position. It's a tricky little line, the I'll do it when I'm ready line, because it sounds like you're trying to get your ducks in a row for a perfect launch and that you're organized and that you have your shit together, kind of. It actually is a way of procrastinating. And the truth is that we are never ready to do something scary and vulnerable. We're never, all right, I have absolutely no fear and it's all gone and I'm completely ready. No. We're always gonna have a little bit of fear that is actually a mixture of fear and excitement. And sometimes there's a very fine line between nerves and excitement. Sometimes we think we're really nervous, but we're actually really excited about something. So keep that in mind the next time you say you're very nervous. I try to stay conscious of that. Don't wait until you're ready. Just go. Just do it. Once you take action, that creates a reaction, which then creates momentum, and then you're in flow. So this next one is called boundaries. We all have different boundaries. When starting a business, I definitely had to shift my boundaries. I learned a lot and I feel like a much stronger person today. I felt a little pushed around in the past when I started, because we have to remember there will always be people that will try to hustle you on price, that will try to get away with things the day of the event, try not to pay you, try not to sign contracts, canceling last minute, asking for extra things once they've already purchased. The list goes on. Tons of things that if you allow to happen repeatedly, you will lose grip of yourself and lose respect from your clients and respect for your business and yourself. I learned the hard way about contracts. I associated contracts with confrontation, and I found it very uncomfortable. Thought that they would think that I don't trust them, which I probably shouldn't have trusted certain people, but I feel like I learned the hard way, but the right way for my character, because I have a softer character and a very trusting character, that I need to build more of a backbone and be more confrontational and not shy away from it, just handle it. Over the years I have, and that is one thing that I want to say to anybody that is a little bit uncomfortable with confrontation. You need to start building that backbone. You need to be able to be more comfortable having conversations. You need to have stronger boundaries. I have built the muscle for confrontation, and talking about pricing and figuring that out with the client doesn't make me uncomfortable anymore, because I know what I'm worth and I know what I bring to the table. Another boundary tip I have for you is working with friends and family. From the get-go, you should have an idea in mind of how you want to handle this. In my opinion, I think there are 4 ways to do it. You either have a family and friends discount. Number 2 is you either do it for free and you keep that for everybody. You either do it for full price or you don't do it at all. There have been many times where I felt uncomfortable in a situation and lowered my price, done things for free, done things for full price because I felt taken advantage of after a certain amount of times, and it just became quite messy, to be honest. So you need to have your boundaries set up for your friends and family, because when you have a business, you will have friends and family who potentially will want to purchase your product or service at some point. So having a clear boundary around how you will handle that will make it less stressful for you. Some people I know don't like to do business at all with friends and family. And there's a reason for that, because it could get messy. So these are ways to prevent the messiness if you would like to do business with your friends and family. The next category I want to talk about is accounting. Now, nobody likes accounting. Don't click out of this video because I said that word. It's more of a positive spin on it. So I got an accountant when I started my business because I wanted to be able to know that I was doing everything the right way. It was a whole new world. I had to figure out how I had to keep track of everything. The first year, I would say, was really it was annoying for me to do. It was every quarter. I hated it. I dreaded it. I waited to the last minute right before the deadline and I would get it done, but it was just grueling for me, and I realized why. I wasn't organizing myself properly throughout the quarter, that I left everything to the last minute. When I would get the email from my accountant saying, okay, bring in your things on this date or this week, I would just start stressing, and I realized I just wasn't organized enough. Now I have labeled envelopes, one in my car for my gas receipts, one in my purse for my expenses, one on my computer. You just have to go that little extra mile during the quarter so that everything is super easy and simple at the end. Now I'm excited to go and hand in my things because everything's already done. If I purchase things online that are business expenses, I file them right away into business expenses folder. Yes, you have to go in and print PDF the invoice and put it into that folder and label it the date. You do that and then you literally drag and drop that folder into the email of your accountant, and everything is simple and done in 3 minutes. Being organized is a tip that I wish I started earlier, and just wanted to remind you, anybody who has a business already or wants to start, don't mess up your accounting. It will make you anxious and stressed for no reason when you have control over that. So be organized. Next one is have an expansion long-term vision. How do you want your business to end up? Where do you want it to go? Do you want to franchise it? Do you want to build a team? Do you want to be solo for forever? Do you want to build an online platform? Where do you want to go? Have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan. Think about if your personal life will affect your business. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to do it? And the last one is celebrating your milestones and your little wins. Only you really know what you've gone through, what you've come across, what obstacles you've overcome throughout your business journey. If you don't take the time to celebrate the little wins, celebrate the big wins, celebrate your anniversaries, it's boring. It's not very rewarding. It's not very fun. And you are probably a little bit nervous, excited, or vulnerable, putting yourself out there, starting your own business. You should be celebrating that whenever you can. Landing a big job, selling a lot of products, anniversaries, getting into stores, whatever it is, celebrate those little wins, celebrate the big wins. We have a lot of holidays and celebrations for our personal lives. We should have the same for our businesses, I think. It makes it a little bit more fun. So that was today's video on things I've learned along the way having my own business, and I hope you learned something new. And if anybody is watching that wants to start their business, just do it. Just do it. Think about these things, write them down, and just do it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.